Hey guys, it's Kelsey. Welcome to Layout 13 for How to Kill a Kit with Style. This is a challenge from Tiara's Summer Inspiration series. This was a bonus challenge after our hop was to scrap lift one of the layouts from the hop. So I'm scrap lifting this one. This was Miranda's layout. I will link her process video below if you didn't see that during the hop. It's a really fun, bright, clustery, layery layout of goodness, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's the one I'm scrap lifting without a doubt. So I am going back to Wolfpack. It ends up looking drastically different because of course Wolfpack is a little bit more muted, and she was using such a fun, bright like papers and collections. But I'm gonna try and make it work with what I have. This is my final layout for Wolfpack this month, you guys. I do have a little bit left over, so you'll see that tomorrow with my layout share where I show you everything I have left. But I'm really happy with everything I got done this month, so I can't wait to show you guys all of it all at once. I am going to flip what she did, so I am going to have my photo on the left side of the page and the clustery journaling area on the right side. But other than that, I'm trying to keep it pretty literal. I'm trying to definitely use lots of layers. I pull in a lot of scraps from my 6x6 paper pad. I'm gonna go ahead and take all of them out of this book so I have them all so I can pull whatever I need and they're already loose. But you can see all that I have left, so I still have enough to play with, that's for sure. I don't really have too much of the 12x12s left. You'll see that tomorrow with my layout share. But I just want to mat a few things with this photo. I really liked this gray being the first layer because it's neutral, but it's dark enough to where you can see that it's a layer. And behind that's going to be the wolf print layer. I just wanted something brighter behind the gray so you can see the difference. So these are the main two layers, and then I'll just start layering up scraps. And then I'm just trying to remember all of the patterns that I'm using layering behind the photo, because I also want to make sure I pull those same patterns in on the right side for my clustery, layery, journaly area. So Miranda did distress all the edges on her, so I wanted to make sure I pulled that in. It really gave a really cool look on her page, so I definitely want to pull that in on mine as well. Off to the side you can't see it, but I can see the journaling piece I'm thinking about using for this page, and it has that sort of animalistic diamond pattern that you just saw me layer behind the photo. So I wanted to make sure, since I knew that was going to be on the journaling side, I wanted that pattern paper and pattern to be on the other side as well, so that's why I layered that one. And then I layered one of these moon darker patterns just for contrast, because I had a lot of light layers going on. I wanted something that kind of added a little oomph and a little contrast, so that's why that one got pulled in. And then you see there, that's the journaling piece I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and write my journaling, so I have that piece to layer up on the right side. This is just saying, this is about us hiking to the waterfalls and everything while we were camping. This one here is Cherokee Falls, which was my favorite. I loved this waterfall. I just could have stayed here all day and hung out. It was this sweet waterfall that fell into a pool, and you could go swimming in the pool if you wanted. I was not about to get all wet because we still had a lot of hiking to do after this, and I didn't want wet socks or anything like that. So yeah, so this is just me hanging out in front of that pool. You would have seen this waterfall already on a few of the other pages, but I just love it. It was my favorite, so I wanted to make sure I got this one scrapped. But after we hiked to this waterfall, we went down like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stairs to Hemlock Falls. So we got to see that one too, which was a little taller, but you couldn't get as close because it was really dangerous terrain to get up to the waterfall, so it was kind of fenced off. You kind of had stairs, and then it went up to like kind of like a deck area where you could view the waterfall, but you couldn't really get down to it. So that was kind of sad. I really liked this one because you could go right up to it, swimming under it, like in the pool. The other one, we went down all those stairs, and then I was like, seriously, we have to look at it from afar? That's not even right. And then of course I had to hike up going downstairs is fine. I could go downstairs forever. Hiking back up all those stairs, oh my gosh. It was a little bit painful. So I was a little bit bitter that we had to do all those stairs for a waterfall that I thought was lesser than this one. I would have rather just stayed at this one all day and hung out. But I'm glad we got to both, so I just knew I earned my dinner that night after doing all those stairs. But yes, this is my final page for the camping trip. So I got all the pictures I wanted to get done this month done. So I'm really excited about that. I thought about trying to cram in another page with Wolfpack, but honestly, I don't have really other photos that I really wanted to use with this collection. This was really the main stack of photos I wanted to make sure it got done because it went so perfect. So I'd rather just save what I do have for another camping, hiking type page. So you'll see these products again, I'm sure, but that's why I was pretty content with what I got done this month because I had gotten all of these photos done with it. So but again, I'm just distressing. I'm trying to pull in some more branding strips. I don't want those to go to waste. I know we always have tons of branding strips left over at the end of a kit, so I'm trying to make sure now that I'm getting down to the last pages that I'm pulling those into layer whenever I can. I'm also looking at the sticker sheet and the embellishments. I don't have a whole lot left, so anything that I think might apply, I'm trying to get on here. Again, I'm still gutting because there will still be more after this page. Maybe not this month with How to Kill a Kit with Style, but I'm still trying to save everything I can because there will still be more pages with Wolfpack. There we go. And I got the rest of that fringe. I saved that fringe from that other layout with the cut file. That was layout 4. So I wanted to make sure to get that on a layout this month. I wanted to make sure I used all the fringe because I loved it. So I used all the sequins that came in this collection. And I think those ended up being spread out over 4 pages. And then I got all the fringe used up between 2 pages, and of course I used that cut file. So I'm really excited I got all those special elements used up. But then here you can just see I'm just trying to stagger the way Miranda did on her layout. I'm just trying to stagger all of those same patterns that are over on the photo side over on my journaling side. So again, I'll just stress all of those as well, but I just want them staggered so you can see all the pieces of paper, you can see all the layers, but it's still condensed and layery and, you know, just little bits peeking out here and there. I really love what distressing your edges does for dimension, because seriously, you can do a page that's just paper without adding any other textile or, you know, embellishment, and just by like distressing the edges, it gives your paper so much dimension and texture, and I just love that just with paper you can have a really cool, fun dimensional page. So I just love holding this layout in my hands and feeling it, because all of these layers with distressed edges, it's so satisfying. But I'm committing, I'm getting all these layers down. I know how they're gonna go. They're gonna go over there with my journaling piece. I am gonna pop the journaling piece up a little bit just so it has a little bit of separation from all those back layers. So I'm just using a little bit of foam there. And then I did just title this What a Sight. I wanted to make sure I got the thickers that came in the set on this last page, because I'd mentioned before I haven't been using the thickers as much as I thought I would, because there is so many good sentiments in the embellishments that I've been using as my titles. So I wanted to make sure, since this is the last page for How to Kill a Kit with Style, that I got the thickers on here and tried to do a multi-word title, so that's why those are on there too. Trying to get the paw print stickers on there. You can see what is left on that sticker sheet. There's not a whole lot, so I'm just looking at what I have left and trying to find places for things to go, as long as it makes sense. I don't want to cram things on here just to cram them on there, because again, there will be more Wolfpack pages, so I don't want to cram everything on this one page just to get it used up, when I know there will be more other times where I can use them. But I did have an arrow on the flat sticker sheet, so I tucked that in above the photo, and then there was also an acrylic arrow, so I decided to back that in white so you could see it. You were having a hard time like seeing that it was an arrow over all these patterns and layers, so I'm just backing it on white so you can see what it is, and that's going to get tucked under the journaling side of the layers, just so that's kind of mirrored in those 2 places. And then I'm just going through everything else I have. I'm trying to use some of the puffy stickers. I don't think any of those get on there. But again, with this just being the last page, I'm like, what can I put on here? I have more puffy stickers left over than I thought I would, so I'm not mad about that. I love those too. I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised I didn't use more this month because I really, really love that whole sheet. I did mirror the doily on the right side because I had the doily on the left side by the photo, and then again I'm pulling in those Heidi Swap teal enamel shapes. Those go really well with this collection, so I wanted to pull them in on another page, so I really like that final detail. But here we are, so here are the close-ups. This is my scrap lift of Miranda, so make sure you check out her original layout. I had that photo in the beginning if you want to see that again. But this was a really fun one to scrap lift. I really enjoyed it, and it gave me an awesome chance to layer up some scraps and some papers as my final page for this month. So thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned. Layout share is tomorrow. Kit share for June is the day after that. See you soon. Bye.